morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning and it is the 21st, I think, 21st of August 2023, and I've decided to start a art channel for myself to watch my progress and to chat to like-minded people that like art and doing art. I'm very, very early on in my journey, watching other people and just expressing myself on paper. I'm not great at it. I don't care. I just enjoy the process of everything in there I put out on paper, or if I'm feeling fed up or if I'm feeling really happy, I can express myself in colour. I have got some things on canvas which I won't show today. I'm just going to show you some of my sketch pads at the moment. I like using watercolour, I like using acrylics, I like using coloured pencils, and I love wax crayons. This is sort of like, my art's now becoming another sort of form of brain dumping where you can feel really uptight, and I will refer to menopause because menopause has been a nightmare emotionally for me, so this has been a really good outlet. So these are in no particular order, so they're like over the past 2 years. And using different mediums. My aim is to progress and do more. It's watercolour and pencil, I'm hoping you can see. And the inspiration from that was a black and white photo I found in a charity shop. And I was trying to get perspective and things like that. See, I'm saying these words and I really don't know what I'm talking about, perspective. But you know what I mean. I saw a YouTube a channel where she said to draw and don't take your pencil off the page and just see what you get. So that was that. I went to, I'm trying to think what the place called, historic building, Chatsworth House, with my friend, and I loved looking at the statues. So this was my attempt of sketching a couple of the statues from different angles. As I say, I'm really sorry, but the lighting's awful at this time in the morning. This is just watercolour of an eye and attempt at another statue with glasses on, and then nose and mouth. This is watercolour again and trying to get depth actually. Yeah, it is watercolour, it's watercolour and pencil. And I'm not sure which Roman emperor that was attempting to do, and that's pencil. And then we've got some sketches of fingers and hands. I'm not sure what that one is, it's just pencil, you can't really see. I had a Doberman puppy that unfortunately passed away in April, and this was my attempt of doing a cartoon sketch of her, and it's pencil and watercolour. And I was obsessed with a nose. It's a lot of blank pages. This, I think this is, I think this is watercolour. I think it is. Trying to build up depth and make them stand out more. And this is watercolour and pencil. So an eye. I watch a channel called Kirsten's Curiosities, which is a lady that does reselling and vlogs her daily life in a shop. And she has a little, well, it's an older dog now, but I found a picture of her puppy when her dog was a puppy, and this is watercolour and pencil. I'm not really happy with the body part, but I am quite happy with the face. Just getting the sort of like shape. And then this is pen and pencil, And I think there is some pastel in here as well. And it's just a sketch. I actually like the colours on this. I like how they blend together. I don't know if there's any more in this book. Oxford Black A4 sketch pad. It's 130 GSM now. I know that you're supposed to work with a higher GSM. I'm just learning this now. So as I say, these are like two years old, some of these now. So that was some lips, and I think that is in watercolour. I've got and pen, outlined in pen. Now this started off as baby, and ended up not looking like a baby at all. So it's more like an alien. And then that's a pencil sketch and an eye. Of pen and pencil. And this is my attempt again at another baby that ended up looking like a little pixie, and nothing like the image I was trying to do. I still like it though. I like the highlighting. These ones are, that is a sketch of a church, and this one is my attempt to do a drag queen. And these are watercolour, and I'm trying to think of the watercolour and pencil. It's a girl hiding behind a tree. And I do know this one was Little Bo Peep, and this is watercolour. And then these are watercolour, so I did an owl and a log and some mushrooms and some more mushrooms there. I love watercolour. Again, I do find all these really difficult, but I like how watercolour blends and it has a mind of its own. This one I must have been tired because it's the 8th of the 12th, 22, and it says, another night of zero sleep. Behind the painted face, the mask begins to fade. The veil dissolves. And I've done a watercolour of a face and a bright flower, so I can't have been feeling that low because everything's bright, unless I was trying to cheer myself up with the brightness of colour. Oh, sorry, my leg's going dead. This is January 2023, and I'm not sure what I've used on here. I presume it's pencil to do the snout of my Doberman. As I say, I was quite obsessed with her nose. And this again is 2023, and this is watercolour and pencils, coloured pencils. This is just a very quick sketch of my brother is now in his 60s, and this was one of him when he was in his 20s that I found a black and white photo of when he used to be in a band. And this one is 2023 again, and this was coloured pencils. I think I have to keep touching them. That was coloured pencils. I find hair really hard to do. I'm trying to learn about colour and shade and things like that, and depth, but hair I find really, really difficult. This is an image of pregnant lady, and I did this in watercolour, and I really like this, but obviously I must have not liked the head because I cut the head off, but I do like the texture and I like the form of that one. This is my attempt at a flower, and I presume that's just felt tips, and I don't know what kind of flower it is. This is a 2nd of the 2nd 23, so I must have been wanting to live on the barge, in canal boat. I keep going through phases where I really, really, really would love to live on a narrowboat. So this was me watching YouTube videos of people especially boat time. If you haven't watched any narrowboat vlogs and you just like watching people's journeys, there's a couple and their channel's called Boat Time, and it is really good. It's just like very immersive into their daily life. So this isn't them that I've drawn a sketch, but I must have just been thinking about people on canal boats. That one is in ink and a canal boat. And then February the 2nd, I've had an attempt at mint, and again I think this is felt tip by the look of it. I think it is an ink. This one, I love the eyes on this, and this is watercolour. This is January 2023 again. I just love the colour of the hat and I love the eyes. I think watercolour makes the eyes pop out, and then this one is watercolour as well. We're practicing the eyes. This one is watercolour again, and it's a flower. If you haven't already seen, it's a flower. And then I saw, and I think his name's Paul Rubin. I'm not sure. My memory is awful, so apologies if it's the other way around. But I saw he used wax crayons, so I had to go at wax crayons. Now this isn't an image of Paul Rubin, but I actually really enjoyed creating this, and it took me a long time. But to create the depth, I had to use my nail, because I got that many layers of wax. I used my nail to like define areas. But I think this is just makes me smile. It brings me joy. I just like it. And then I attempted to draw, when I was growing up, I had a little dog called Shelley, and it was a Sheltie, so I had to go at a Sheltie. This is more this year. These are a sketch pad of 90 GSM, and this is a wax drawing. I met a lady called Anne in a charity shop, and you know when you're really warm to somebody, and I found her really warm, and she's just a lovely lady, and I found a picture of her and her son, so I attempted to draw those. Now I really enjoyed doing it because it made me laugh, and when I showed her it made her laugh, so it brought joy. It doesn't very much, well, I can't even speak, it doesn't look very much like her. However, it was the creation of it that I really enjoyed, so when I look at it, it makes me smile because I really enjoyed doing it. As I say, but it doesn't look very much like her at all. But you know, the process, when you just really love the process of doing something, it just makes me grin. And how much she laughed when she saw it, that was just worth every minute of it, you know. It just, yeah. This was my attempt at pastel, and the pad, as you can see, it's got loads of sheets, and I've used one sheet. Pastel I found really hard to do and messy, so it's not for me, but I did try. Yeah, I did try, but it was too messy for me. Nearly there. So this is my favourite sketch pad. So I love drawing figures and faces. I think I'm gravitating more to faces and really bright colours because it makes me feel uplifted when I'm doing it. So these do make me smile. Again, I don't profess to be good at it. I'm a person that just enjoys the process of putting things on paper, and to look at it now, because I don't talk about my art. I share it because I have a Instagram channel, but I don't talk about it. I just put it on there, and it's like my photo album, I suppose. But now that I'm talking about it, one, I find it quite embarrassing, but two, I just smile because they make me laugh. So this is a lady laughing, and it's all in crayon. If anybody could tell me, how do you mount these? So what do you do? Because they are getting ruined in my sketch pad, and I don't want to ruin them. This is one of my favourite ones I did, and it took me absolutely hours. I am a retired nurse, and I have an affinity with elderly people. That's what I spent the last few years of my work doing. And sometimes elderly people can be portrayed as really dull and boring, and that they just sit in a chair and don't do anything, and it couldn't be further from the truth. But I find them very vibrant and bright, even if they're dressed in the dullest clothes. So I wanted to try and present that, or yeah, that's the word. So this is my older lady that's very vibrant, and I hope when I'm older, I'm getting there, I wish I had the guts to just be that vibrant. So like, this is my inner old person. Yeah, but that one really makes me smile, and I loved doing it. I really loved creating that one. Don't think there's any more in here. An Egyptian, had a go at doing a pharaoh. And this one I really enjoyed doing. Again, it's an older lady on a beach. The inspiration I get them from is AI images on Google, and then I just adapt them. So this is a lady on a beach having a whale of a time, and I enjoyed doing the glasses because I didn't realise that I was doing waves until I looked after and I thought, yeah, it looks like waves. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing that one. And then the next two are coloured pencils, just really cheap coloured pencils. And I asked my brothers to send pictures of themselves really close up and silly through a text. So this is my eldest brother, and so I tried to accentuate areas of the face. So that was his photo. I was going to try and put more here, but I didn't. And then one of my other brothers sent me this one. Yeah. And I think that's it on there. Yeah, that's it on that one. I'm trying to talk low because my husband's still in bed. And if I talk high, the dogs get hyped up as well. So as it is, they'll stay asleep if I talk very low. My daughter has just moved out and had a baby, and she gave me this. It's just a Primark sketch pad, this one. Oh, it's a scrapbook, actually. So this is the next two wax crayons again. This is an old man sticking his tongue out. I haven't been able to get any depth or any, like, do shadows and light. I found that difficult. I tried to do it on the face, but on the clothes I found really difficult to do. But again, I enjoyed doing it. This one was a lady, and this one I was trying to do hair and the highlights on the hair and things like that. But I did find that I found this really quite difficult to do, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just I'd like to work out how to do hair so it looks more, not as clumpy, if you know what I mean. And then my final one, this one is, it has got some wax crayon on, but it's mainly, oh, it isn't wax, it's wax crayon and pencil, so it was a combination of both. As you can see, I didn't finish it off. It took hours and hours of me trying to get texture and depth. But yeah, and I think that's the last one I've done. Oh, I did try this one. I don't know if anybody watches a channel called By the Curb, This doesn't look like him at all, but I attempted to do it. And it is in pencils. It just looks nothing like him, but I thought it was funny. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe and come along with my journey of art. I'd like to build up a community that we can learn from each other, and I'll be definitely learning from you more so at the moment. On my next video I will show you some of the canvases that I've done. I've not done many, I think I've done about 5 or 6. So yeah, if you can hear the squealing in the background, I'm afraid that's my parrot, who every time I start talking decides to shout and sing to get my attention. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe and come along on this journey with me. Yeah, thank you very much.